Hey everybody, this is Kyle, aka Vulcan Wolverine, and it is it's like 10:30 a.m. on January 8th, 2021. So I got my tooth out. You can see like it's still it's still really numb, like on this side. Wait, which way to check it out? That tooth. Can y'all see, huh? That tooth. There's like a huge hole there. Um, so I got the tooth out, and it was easy. It was really easy, just a local anesthetic, and she pulled out the tooth. Now, what I wanted to say, and this is what this video is about. I know there's a lot of stuff going on, guys. It looks like I've had a stroke right now because of the numbness and everything. I guess that's not a funny joke because people do get strokes, but I know there's tons of stuff going on now. Especially with what happened at the rally that turned into protest, and what conservatives that went out there are being called now. There's a lot of really dangerous rhetoric by our president, and we'll talk about those things. And there's some really important articles that some targeted individuals have sent me. This looks really weird, doesn't it? Like my face is just like falling off. Look at wait. It's hard to know which like when you're. It feels like this side. Okay. That huh? It's like a huge hole. I can see it. So I got antibiotics and stuff like that. It's a massive hole. But what I wanted to make this video about, guys, and I'll be quick because I know this is disturbing, or funny. It depends on how you look at it. It's like I'm the Joker on this side. Look at that piece of my mouth. I'm not very happy right now because of the things going on in our country, and I'm angry because check this out, guys. So I get the tooth out. Before I even get the tooth out, I didn't think this was going to be a problem, so I didn't like think about it before. I was just like, well, they're going to take the tooth out, and I want the tooth. I'm not 100% sure there's like an implant in there. Come on, baby. Come on. Come on. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Come on. Come say hey to the people. Come say hey to everybody. Come say hey to everybody. Come on. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come on. Come on. Get in the picture. Get in the picture. Daddy loves Pepper. Come here, sweetie. Look at this sweet baby. Look at this sweet baby. She's so sweet. Say hey to everybody, Pepper. Say hey to everybody. Say hey. Look at him. Say hey. Pepper says hey to all you guys. She's doing okay. I gotta clip her toenails. It's getting hard for her to walk on the wood floor. But anyway, okay, so this is the deal. So before they even numb me up or anything, I was like, and I want to get the tooth, right? I want to, when y'all take the tooth out, I just like the tooth. And the first lady, the nurse, she was like, no, we don't do that. We don't give teeth back. It's a biohazard. And I was like, so you never give anybody their teeth back? And she's like, well, we give kids their teeth back because the tooth fairy, right? So if a kid gets a tooth out, they'll give it to the parents or they'll give it to the kid so that the tooth fairy can come, right? So I was like, well, let's just pretend that I need the tooth fairy to come. And they were like, no, we can't do that. It's only for kids. We cannot give teeth back when they're pulled out. It's my tooth. Like, I want it, right? So the nurses said no, and I said, well, can I talk to the dentist when she comes in? And they were like, yeah, because we're going to say no. It's our policy. When she comes in, you can ask her, right? So they numb me up. The nurses numb me up. They're great people. They're great people. The dentist is a good person. These are people my parents work with, so I don't want to like cause a scene or anything like that or be rude. I just want the tooth, right? And this is ridiculous. This is the ridiculousness of this targeting because we don't know sometimes what's in us, and then it's like we don't want to act weird because then well, check this out. Check this out. So okay, so the dentist comes in and it's really quick, pulls the tooth out, like she does two things. I didn't even feel it. Pulls the tooth out, and I'm like, I cannot keep the tooth. My mom spent a lot of money. My mom spent like $2,000 to redo the tooth and get a root canal. Probably all in all, my mom spent like $4,000 on that tooth. So I tried to use that as an excuse. I was like, well, my mom spent a lot of money on it, and I really like it back, just as kind of a sentimental thing. And she was like, no, no. She said, the first thing she said was, if I give you that tooth back, it's a biohazard, and you could be touching everything in the office, and in coronavirus too. So it's a biohazard, and it could get everybody in here sick, which doesn't make sense. You take the tooth, you put it in a bag, and this, I'm saying this stuff respecting this dentist, and I have to go back to her probably, so she's a good person. I don't know what was going on, if this is like a national policy or just a policy there, or somebody told them they should not give me this tooth back. But then I was like, well, no, you just put it in a bag and in another bag, and I'll just take, it's my tooth, so it's not going to be a biohazard to me. I'll just put it away, right? I got a big biohazard right now, this hole in my mouth. And she was like, well, if I give you your tooth back, then you're going to go tell everybody I gave you your tooth back, and then they're going to want their teeth back when they come in. And I was like, what the WTF? I was like, okay, well, this is like, I just want the tooth back, but they're just saying anything to say you cannot have that tooth back. And then the other nurse, like, the tooth was on the table, and she said, well, you can take a picture of it. And I said this, like, I didn't want to go there, right? Because I know that I don't know what they know about this. I don't know it, so, but I was like, okay, I'm a targeted individual, and I'm being hit with remote microwaves, and I'm not sure if there are implants or anything like that in my body, and I need to get that tooth because I just want to see, I want to make 100% sure there might not be anything in there. And it's like they both, like the dentist and the nurse, looked at each other and then looked at me. You know the deal, targeted individuals, where they look at us just like, oh my God, that's so weird, that's just so crazy. And I don't know why they looked at each other. It was either because they thought I was crazy, or maybe they had been told something else. Like, I have no idea. I have no idea if there is an implant in the tooth. If they contact the dentist office and say, take the tooth out, but you need to keep it and make sure you don't give it to them, because that's like a couple $100,000 settlement, or getting a lawyer and getting in on a class action suit, right? Having that proof. And so I actually said that. I wasn't rude. I was trying to be as nice as possible. I was trying to not cuss. I didn't cuss. I was not rude because I'm going to have to use that dentist. But I mean, this is a problem, right? Because targeting is very real. We don't know what they're putting in our bodies. We need to check it out 100%. And then we're dealing with these systems, right? When did not giving a tooth back to a person become like, is that, you guys need to tell me in the comments, is this a national dentist thing where nobody can get their teeth back? Because if it's a national dentist thing and they only give children their teeth back for the tooth fairy thing, you got a bunch of targeted individuals who have problems with their teeth, who maybe have implanted teeth, then they go to get them taken out, they want them back, and they can't get them back now because it's a national policy, right? That you can't get your teeth back when they're pulled because it's a biohazard. But they can give it to little kids with a tooth fairy. That's not a biohazard. So I'm suspicious that so many people are being implanted in their teeth and elsewhere, and then they have problems with it. So, somebody in the dental community way up high, who maybe works with the military industrial complex or whatever, said, okay, we need a national dental policy not to give teeth back. So if there's an implant in a tooth and there's a big problems with it for the person wants to get it taken out, and they go and they get it taken out, at least they can't get it back and have the actual implant in hand, right? And I'm not even saying, like, I'm not 100% sure if there was an implant in this or whatever. I just want it to be 100% sure. I just want it to get the tooth and get a hammer and do it on film, show all you guys. If it's not if it's not. You know, and I think we have another thing that's been proven in my situation, a lot of you guys, y'all's situation. Last night, my attackers were hitting over here on the other side, and it was causing inflammation. And it's like, I'm thinking they can hit like if you have a root canal, they can hit parts of like where that root canal was and create, you know, destroy the teeth, destroy our teeth. And I think we all knew that, right? That's really expensive. That gets really expensive when they're just destroying teeth that you got to get pulled, you know, or retreated. So I'm really angry about that. I couldn't get the tooth. Like it was years of if there was something in there, and then there's years of pain caused with it, more than years of pain, more than 10 years of pain caused with it, and then in those couple of seconds, I can't explain to the dentist why I need the tooth. So I end up saying, like, because I wasn't prepared. I thought they would just give me the tooth, right? Isn't that please give me feedback on this video. When you guys go to the dentist and you get your teeth taken out, have you ever asked for your tooth back and they just give you your tooth? Was this like a weird thing where they just weren't giving me my tooth back, or is this a policy at all dentist offices? It doesn't make any sense to me. Because this is a biohazard. My big hole in my mouth is a biohazard. I'm walking around with it in my mouth. You can put the tooth in my hand, naked tooth in my hand, and it's not going to be as big of a biohazard as what's going on in my mouth. It's just so ridiculous. I just wanted the tooth, just to make sure. And I'm not even sure. I'm not even sure. And also, I want to say this. I got the tooth out. The V2K is the same. Like, the V2K is the same, but I feel a lot different, like the muscles and everything, and I feel a little bit, I don't know, it's like, implant might not just be for V2K, it might be sending signals up, remote neural manipulation signals, or it might just be tracking where, even if it's tracking, your attackers can heat that up, just like, your phone can be tracked, but, they can heat the phone up. Right, they can heat the phone up with a chip or an implant that's not supposed to be used to hurt you. They can just heat that thing up, right, and destroy teeth or destroy wherever it is in your body. So that's all I wanted to say. If you guys could give me some feedback in the comment section, is this a national thing? I guess I need to look it up. But in a little while, probably in about 30 minutes, this hole in my mouth is going to start really hurting. So I'm going to play it by ear this weekend. I wonder if this is showing on there. I want it to make the window take up the whole screen. But that's all I wanted to say, guys. So I got the tooth out. Hurrah, hurrah. I think it's going to be a lot better. It's going to take time to get used to it. And this is just numbing. This is just all the numbing stuff, because they had to numb it a lot. But they would not give me the tooth back. And I was very upset about that, because that's just like, even if it doesn't have anything in the tooth, it's like, oh, okay, there was nothing there. I've checked it, and that's cool. And just that feeling of having to say that in the dentist's office is, to a dentist I'm going to need more help from. What's that going to cause? What kind of trouble is that going to cause? Does she know anything about this stuff? Was she contacted to not give me the tooth back? I have no clue, right? Because there's so much money in this. Like I literally said to them, I said, like, I'm a targeted individual. I'm being hit by remote microwaves, and I'm not sure what has been put in me, right? And so I just want that tooth back to make 100% sure. And they just, like, look, they didn't even say anything, right? They didn't even say anything. Okay. Also, just I wanted to thank Nance for her donation, and I'm gonna use it for the channel the best that I can. And just thank you, everybody, for whoever helps out, whoever I'm talking to, gives me ideas and sends me info and stuff like that. I really appreciate it, guys. I really appreciate all the help. I'm going to play it by ear. I may, if I'm feeling good enough, there's some really important information that a TI sent me. I also kind of wanted to do a live stream just talking about what happened with a couple of things, to look at a couple of things about, because that's a huge deal, what happened there, and then how they're being labeled, right? domestic terrorists, the conservatives and Trump supporters, are now tagged and will be tagged more. And you hear Joe Biden talking about the DOJ needs to be very involved. The DOJ is very involved in what's happening to us. So in a way, it's like the targeting world is going to become a whole lot bigger in America because they're going to start targeting conservatives and Trump supporters with microwaves and remote surveillance and stuff like that. That's what I'm not 100% sure, but that's my feeling on it. With the House and Senate, Democrat-controlled House and Senate, and a Democrat president. I don't know. It's like maybe it'll get so bad and they're going to want to use this technology on so many people, that it just the program changes quicker because they want to use biometrics on the surface more, and so it brings out. So maybe the awfulness of what the left's going to do during these next 4 years, it might pop it out some more. But I don't know. I'm very, very worried about it. I think we're all very, very worried about it. And let's pray for Trump. Let's pray for Trump right now because they're going to go after him really hard. I think I feel like America feels like right now, except I'm going to heal up from this tooth thing. I think all of us targets feel like America feels right now. Targeted. Because America is targeted and they're trying to implode it, Okay, that's all I wanted to say to you guys. I just wanted to tell y'all that they wouldn't give me the stupid tooth. That's probably going to be, I don't know how to, did they even start the video? The thing's not coming out. Like the little thing to stop the video. Hold on, guys. Maybe I didn't even start it. Where is it? Auto press play. Let's see where it is. Here it is. Okay, guys. Alright, guys. I love y'all. Yeah, I just wanted to tell y'all they wouldn't give me the tooth. I guess maybe it's a normal thing. I tried my best. I was like, but after I said that I was targeting and I need to check it, and they just kind of looked at me crazy. And there might not have been anything in there. It might just have been the infection, and my attackers were messing with that. But we need. My whole thing is like this stuff is so much like who knows what's been put inside. Like we have theories and we have facts to back things up and our evidence of what's going on with us. But we got to get things checked out 100%. Like if you think you got an implant somewhere, we got to get X-rays on it and then get help from the guy in Texas and the lady in Georgia, and get more people like that and just get just extensive evidence on it. And I wish I could have gotten that too, just to see if it didn't have anything in it. Awesome, I know that. If it did, then I could definitely would have a lot more evidence to bring it to court, right? All right, guys, I love y'all. I'll be back soon. This tooth's probably it's getting ready to start hurting, I think. And I got a lot of important stuff to put out. And I think first, like either, I don't know, when I start feeling better, I kind of want to just do a live stream talking about like the propaganda from Biden and, some of the comedians on the left and like how it's just so transparent at this point that you're just looking at the dark side. Like when Joe Biden talks, it's just like you feel the dark side. He's just full dark side. Donald Trump talks, he's got a little bit of rough around the edges and some business compromise stuff, but you feel the light side. You feel humanity in him. So, all right, guys, I love y'all. I'll see y'all in the next one. This is about like 20 minutes, but just me kind of ranting about not being able to get I tried. I don't know what to do. If I would have, I'm gonna sue you if I don't get it. And then that dentist, then my parents, because my parents go to that dentist, and I didn't want to make a big scene. I don't know. I guess I can say like pretty much I was sure there wasn't an implant in it. But who knows, right? Because we're not told when stuff's put inside of us, and we have to get 100% concrete data and concrete evidence. Scans aren't good enough. We need to do scans, right? But you can scan parts of your body, and your attackers can hit the scanner and things like that. We need, the X-rays of them, and a lot of targeted individuals have gotten those. All right, guys, I love y'all. I'm just trying to think if there's anything else. I might just be posting some stuff, maybe posting some stuff about the news. I don't know, posting. There's a poem I want to post, but yeah. But I'll be around. I'll be around soon. And we'll do some stuff. And I want to kind of do. I don't know. I'm gonna get on D Live and everything. Everybody's migrating to other platforms. It's going to get really bad for anybody telling the truth or conservatives. Definitely Trump supporters. I mean, to where they're calling them domestic terrorists. All of them. They're calling all the Trump supporters that went domestic terrorists and mobs. And the left did the same thing. BLM did the same thing and burnt down a bunch of buildings and everything like that. And there's a lot of stuff like about FFs going on, Antifa being implanted. Some really good evidence of that, where you see some of the people that went inside of the Capitol building, the pictures taken of them at BLM rallies and stuff like that. So me and my dad were talking about this morning. It's like, we were both agreeing that Donald Trump was like set up, like he walked into a trap. But I was like, he had to do it. He had to fight as hard as he could to try and keep an autonomous America, like a independent America, and as independent as it can be right now, like holding back the globalists, holding back the New World Order. For God's sake, holding back China, right? Because the New World Order wants us to be like China. And in China, if you tell the truth sometimes, like they will bring you to a concentration camp, do behavioral modification on your ass, and then you'll be singing a different tune because they threaten to kill your whole family if you keep doing it. Like China is like the worst. Everybody has to toe the line. It's like you can be killed for telling the truth sometimes. So they want America to be like that. And when I say they, I mean like the globalists up top, the CFR, and then the top of the pyramid. And Joe Biden is a puppet. He's a full puppet. So we got full puppet now. Instead of Trump, where there was a question. Even you guys who maybe were like Trump's a puppet, you have a question in your heart, because you look at a human being who, like, he has humanness and he has an ego and stuff like that God uses. He actually does care for the people a lot. And I think what I want to do, I don't want to, I know a lot of us disagree on that, but I just want to tell you all about my tooth, and we'll talk about stuff, a lot more to come. I just want to be careful with some things, because when we show how integrated directed energy weapon systems and the weapons grid, a global weapons grid that each country uses on its citizens, right? And when we talk about that being involved in other huge things like pandemics, right, we can get in trouble with that. So there's a huge story that I need to put out. Maybe I can just do it tomorrow, seeing how I feel. It's very important. Then we can have a live stream talking about it and more articles on it, but I want to make at least one small article. Okay, before I start just talking about everything that I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and say I love you guys, and I'll see you all in the next one. You guys just hang in there. We got to keep fighting. I know things like look really bad right now for us and for our country. But I got a feeling that that God's gonna put His hand in this, in our situation, and these bad things that are happening are actually gonna end up popping the targeting out, right? It's gonna bring it to where these programs can't be the same. That's my gut instinct and a spiritual feeling too. And so it's weird. I can still talk with my mouth like this. What is? Are you guys my friends? That was sorry about that. That was a bad joke. And anybody who does talk like that, I'm not trying to make fun of them. I'm just trying to make fun of myself for talking like that. All right, guys. I love y'all. I'll see you on the next one. Everybody, just stay as strong as possible.